Vijayanagara Empire emerged in 14th century India and lasted a fairly remarkable 300 years. Two brothers, Harihara I and Bukkaraya I, laid the foundations of the Vijayanagara capital and of the empire, also known as the Sungama brothers. These two adventurers consolidated their power and then expanded it. It is said that sage Vipurani were the inspirational source for this empire, and its rulers were strict worshippers of the Hindu gods, but also tolerant towards other religions. Vijayanagara was on the south bank of the river Tungabhadra near the fortress of Anagudi. Krishnadevaraya was the greatest emperor of the Vijayanagara Empire who reigned from 1509 to 1530. He was the third ruler of the Tuluva dynasty. He was the most powerful and dominant of all the Hindu rulers of India at that time. Krishnadevaraya was rated the most powerful and had the most extensive empire in the subcontinent. Vijayanagara architecture is a vibrant combination of the Chalukya, Hoysala, Pandya, and Chola styles, idioms that prospered in previous centuries. The varied and intricate ornamentation of the pillars is a mark of their work. Its stylistic hallmark is the ornate pillared Kalyana Mantapa, marriage hall. Vasantha Mantapa, open pillared halls. And the Rayagapura, tower. In the 14th century, the kings continued to build Visara, or Deccan-style monuments. But later incorporated Dravida-style gopurams to meet their ritualistic needs. Hazari Rama Temple of Devaraya are examples of Deccan architecture. A grand specimen of Vijayanagara art, the Vidala Temple, took several decades to complete during the reign of the Tuluva kings. The great platform, Mahanavami Diva, has relief carvings in which the figures seem to have the facial features of Central Asian Turks who are known to have been employed as royal attendants. The Vijayanagara kings were tolerant of all religions, as writings by foreign visitors show. The empire's founders, Harihara I and Bukkaraya I, were devout Shaivas, worshippers of Shiva. But made grants to the Vaishnavite order of Sringeri and designated Varahit, the boar, an avatar of Vishnu, as their emblem. The emperors of the Sungama dynasty were great patrons of art and culture, and under them the region influenced development in music, literature and architecture. The later Saluva and Tuluva kings were Vaishnava by faith, but worshipped at the feet of Lord Virupaksha, Shiva, at Hampi, as well as Lord Venkateshwar, Vishnu, at Tirupati. Over 7,000 inscriptions, Shaila Shasana, including 300 copper plate inscriptions, Tamara Shasana, have been recovered, almost half of which are in Kannada, the remaining in Telugu, Tamil, and Sanskrit. Bilingual inscriptions. The economy of the empire was largely dependent on agriculture. The empire's capital city was a thriving business center that included a burgeoning market in large quantities of precious gems and gold. Most of the growers were tenant farmers and were given the right of part ownership of the land over time. The empire's principal exports were pepper, ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, myrobalan, tamarind timber, anafistula, precious and semi-precious stones, pearls, ambergris, rhubarb, aloe, cotton cloth and porcelain. East Coast trade hummed, with goods arriving from Golconda where rice, millet, pulses and tobacco were grown on a large scale. The main imports on the East Coast were non-ferrous metals, camphor, porcelain, silk and luxury goods. Niccolo Conte reported a figure of 90,000 men during the reign of Krishnadeva, but Fernão Nunes claimed it to be around 100,000, consisting of 70,000 foot soldiers, 32,000 cavalry and 550 war elephants. Rayawacha countered that the force contained 500,000 foot soldiers, 60,000 cavalry and 1,200 war elephants. The Kayajita Sanam, as funded directly by the Emperor Nunes, claims that it comprised 50,000 men during the reign of Krishnadeva, including 2,000 horsemen who served as palace guards and 2,000 who served as the emperor's personal bodyguards. The Amarnayaka Sainyam was maintained using the feudal Nimankara system of the Kakatiyas. Forts played an important role in medieval warfare. According to tradition, there were 8 types of forts. However, Rayawachaka mentions 4 types of forts. They are Giri, hills, Stala, Jala, water, and Vana, forest, forts. Catapults and damboli were used for fort defense. Damboli is a cannon which throws stones on enemies. To occupy forts they used laga systems. Krishnadeva used them to occupy Kondabadu fort. In 1565, it was Ramaraya, as the preeminent general of the Vijayanagar army, who led the defense against the invading army of Deccan sultans in the Battle of Talikota. The city of Vijayanagara was thoroughly sacked by the invaders and the inhabitants were massacred. The royal family was largely exterminated. Vijayanagara, once a city of fabled splendor, the seat of a vast empire, became a desolate ruin now known by the name of a sacred inner suburb within it, Hampi.